Is the Woodlands only for the wealthy, or can you still buy a house under $500,000? Every single week, I get a message from buyers who tell me, Sheryl, we would love to live in the Woodlands, but our budget is capped at $450,000 or $500,000 tops. There's no way we can afford it, right? Or worse, they look at a new master plan community 20 miles farther out because they think they are saving money. Now, there's nothing wrong with those communities. They are beautiful and they might be a good fit for you, but not because they are cheaper, and we will show you why. Because you shouldn't live there if you really want to live in the Woodlands. So here's the plot twist. You can still buy a single-family home under $500,000 in the Woodlands. And what most buyers don't realize is that the hidden financial math inside the Woodlands actually makes a $475,000 home here cheaper per month than a $420,000 home in many surrounding new build or new communities. Why? Because of two massive things out-of-town buyers almost always get wrong: HOA fees and property tax rates. In this video, I am breaking down the exact numbers, showing you what $400,000 to $500,000 actually looks like inside the villages of the Woodlands, and giving you the 3 rules you must follow if you want to snag a home at this price point before someone else does. Now, before I do that, I want to take a moment to introduce myself. I'm Sheryl Vecchio with the Vecchio Group at eXp Realty. I and my husband Frank are local realtors here in the Woodlands, North Harris County and South Montgomery County. If you have questions about buying or selling real estate in the area, we would love to help you. Also, if you're moving to or from another city or state, we run an expert vetted agent referral program. These are killer real estate agents we would send our own family to. And in fact, we have. We work on a referral, not pressure basis, and we are here to help you. So let's dive in. Before we look at the houses, we have to talk about the math. This is where most buyers get stressed for zero reason. But before we do, I want to help you with a couple of myths. Myth number 1, the Woodlands must be an insane expensive HOA because it looks like a resort and includes so many amenities. But here's the truth. Most of the Woodlands has 0 traditional monthly or annual HOA fees. Unlike almost every other master plan community in Texas, where you're paying $1,000 to $1,500 or even $2,400 a year for access to a pool and community center and amenities of the community, the Woodlands is managed as a township. Your amenities, 220 plus parks, 150 plus miles of walking, hike, and bike trails, spray grounds, and neighborhood pools are all funded through local township property taxes, sales taxes, and municipal operations. You don't get hit with a random $150 a month HOA invoice in your inbox every month, simply because local sales tax and property tax take care of the cost of running the township. The Woodlands is a destination, and 78% of the local sales tax are generated from visitors coming to the Woodlands. I know what you're thinking. How about those property taxes? They must be sky high. Well, that brings us to myth number 2. Property taxes in the Woodlands are sky high because the Woodlands property taxes are some of the lowest in the area. The reason is because we are an established community and all of the development costs included in most MUD taxes are already paid off. Let's compare 2 scenarios real quick. Let's say Community A, it's a new build outside the Woodlands. The purchase price is $430,000. The tax rate is 3.1 to 3.4% of home valuation due to high MUD bond debts for brand new roads and utility lines. And this is not an unusual scenario. Plus, a $1,300 to $1,800 a year HOA. Your property tax alone is $13,500. Now let's look inside the Woodlands. Purchase price $480,000. Combined tax rate 1.8% to 2.1% depending on Montgomery County or Harris County and which MUD. And 0 HOA. Your property tax is $9,600 a year. When you do the monthly payment breakdown, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, that $480,000 home inside the Woodlands often comes out to the exact same amount of money in payments as the $430,000 home would be elsewhere. You get $50,000 more buying power inside the bubble simply because you aren't paying inflated MUD debt or heavy HOA fees. So if you have a budget under $500,000, what does that actually buy you in 2026? Let's break down the 3 main categories of inventory you'll find in this price bracket. Let's talk about the classic Woodlands starter home. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,500 to 2,000 square feet. In the villages like Grogan's Mill, Panther Creek, or Cochran's Crossing, you're going to see homes built primarily in the late 1970s to mid-1990s. Now the good news is that you get massive mature oak and pine trees around you, large lots and sometimes huge cul-de-sac lots, established street escapes, and an unbeatable location. You're literally 5 to 10 minutes from Town Center, Hughes Landing, and I-45. And starter homes start in the 300s to 400,000s. Now the trade-off is that you might get a property with original oak cabinets, formica, or older granite, or a traditional floor plan rather than soaring wide open modern concept type living. But the bones, the roof lines, and the lots are incredible. Now, the updated move-in ready gym, let's say 1,500 to 2,000 square feet. So if you go slightly further north into Alden Bridge and Sterling Ridge, 450,000 to 495,000 can buy you a 1990s or early 2000s home where you might not be as dated or the previous seller already did the work. Things like quartz countertops, updated LVP flooring, stainless steel appliances, and updated primary baths. You're trading a little bit of square footage for turnkey condition. Also, there's a third choice, and that's low-maintenance townhomes and patio homes are sprinkled throughout the Woodlands. And if you don't want to mow a big lawn or you want a lock-and-leave lifestyle, $350,000 to $450,000 puts you in a fantastic position for a 2-story townhome or patio home in areas like Alden Bridge or Creekside Park. You can get more modern finishes, attached garages, and minimal yard maintenance. The under $500,000 price point inside the Woodlands is the most competitive slice of our market. You cannot shop for these homes casually. If a well-priced home hits the market under $475,000 in Alden Bridge, Cochran's Crossing, or Panther Creek, it is usually under contract in a few days. So here are my 3 non-negotiables if you want to win one of these homes. Number 1, don't judge a book by its 1990 wallpaper. Look past the cosmetics like paint and carpet and light fixtures. Focus on the big ticket mechanics, roof, HVAC, plumbing, and foundation. Cosmetics are cheap to update over time compared to these components of the home. And location and low MUD tax rates are forever. Number 2, watch the MUD district boundaries. Not all tax rates inside the Woodlands are identical. The older villages where MUD bonds have been paid down for decades have significantly lower tax rates than newer pockets of the Woodlands. Checking the exact tax district and where the line for the MUD is saves you hundreds of dollars a month. Number 3, most importantly, have your strategy ready before your home search. If you wait until you find a home to get a pre-approval, you're already too late. You need your numbers locked in, your pre-approval letter in hand, and an agent who can get you through the door the day it lists. So, can you buy a home under $500,000 in the Woodlands? 100% yes. You just have to know where to look and understand how the tax and zero HOA structure works in your favor. If you're planning a move to the Woodlands or the surrounding areas in the next few months, whether your budget is $400,000 or $1.5 million, my team and I would love to be your boots on the ground here. So please drop a comment below. If you had $450,000 to spend on a home, would you rather buy an older home with a big wooded yard and inside the Woodlands, or a brand new home further out? I want to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like for more honest, realistic breakdowns of living in the Woodlands. We publish videos every week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.